Okay, we have an album I've been looking forward to for a very long time. The first solo album in 4 years from Danny Brown called Quaranta or Quaranta. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Of course, early on in the year, we had the collab album with J.P. Mafia, Scaring the Hose, one of the best albums of the year, in my opinion. And Danny Brown's just one of my favorite rappers just in the world, so I'm always excited for when he drops. We've got 11 tracks. It's 35 minutes. Danny Brown usually keeps his albums quite brief. We're going to get straight into it. Quaranta, Danny Brown, first song, title track, Quaranta. Just from the album cover, I'm expecting quite an introspective album.
This rap shit done saved my life and fucked it up at the same time. Got pain in my heart, I can't hide. A lot of trauma inside, you can see it in my eyes.
I have shivers already, only because my favourite, like when you think of Danny Brown, you think of the Jack, Nick so big as a penguin. You think of that, but my favourite Danny Brown songs usually tend to be the more somber and quiet ones. My favourite Danny Brown song of all time is Party All the Time from Triple X. This is immediately giving me vibes of that.
Think he made it, everything ain't what it seems. Nigga, you 40 still doing this shit. When you gon' stop, but God gon' make you quit.
Looking at himself literally in the mirror.
Change perceptions, a blessing. Now I'm sitting here questioning what life is about. Can you separate the life from the music? I was clueless, now a nigga foolish.
Man said, can you separate the life from the music?
Or everyone do is ask. When you don't have, they just talk behind your back. Nigga, you 40 still doing this shit. When you gon' stop, but God gon' make you quit.
Oh, fucking hell. Very dark opener. What was I expecting? But yeah, Danny Brown has marketed this as a sequel to Triple X or 30. It's more than a decade later now, and Danny Brown is effectively a middle-aged man, and you can hear just how much he's changed in that time. I love that opening. Next one is the first single that dropped. Alchemist produced. I'm going to listen to it again. It's fire. Tantor. I've never heard an Alchemist beat like this before. This is a beat like, if you didn't tell me this was Alchemist, I would have thought this is a Madlib beat. And it just sounds dusty and murky, like even Danny Brown's voice. It's such a contrast to the opening song as well. Yeah, that was the first single. With the first two songs, I don't know the direction the album's going to go in. I don't know if it's going to like flip-flop between these scatterbrain and really introspective moments, but I'm here for it. Next one is Ain't My Concern. This sounds grimy.
Like a moth in the flame, when you burn, you learn. Rush to mistakes, but just wait your turn. Get what you need, what you want, you earn. When it's time, then it's time, but that ain't my concern. Like a moth in the flame, when you burn, you learn.
I said like a moth in the flame, when you burn and burn, it ain't my concern. This beat, crazy. It sounds like a possessed Santa's sleigh. Like those sleigh bells. It sounds like sleigh bells, but it sounds, I don't even know, man. This sounds fucking insane.
This rap shit I'll lay up. I'm going for a dump. Going big like bitches' panties during that time of the month. It's the easy way to get it. Tell me where to sign up. You can never trust yourself when you're living a lie. Like a few of these rappers I know. Always following trends. Never stick to the code.
He's never that's one thing Danny Brown's done. He's never chased a sound or chased a trend or tried to. That's why I think all of Danny Brown's albums and music sound timeless. And like timeless to me is that I can't place it in a particular time period. Like if Atrocity Exhibition or Triple X came out now, it wouldn't sound like 2023. Those albums don't sound like 2016 or 2013. This doesn't sound like 2023. It just sounds like Danny Brown.
We can wish all we want, but this ain't back in the day. Gotta move on, nigga, leave the past in the past.
Facts.
Never know when it's over, cause this life won't last. New nigga in your spot, now he punching the clock. Make them pay up, don't stay up, sleep real well. Stop worrying about you niggas, started caring about myself. Looked in the mirror, started staring at myself.
Crazy, ridiculous. That was an unsettling song. In the best possible way. Just when Danny Brown's in that like removed, detached, like numb kind of delivery, I think it's fucking amazing. Next one is Dark Sword Angel. From that crack rock, what the fuck are you gonna tell me about anything? Also, the way this is recorded, it sounds like it's been recorded on some like dodgy homemade microphone, but it sounds very intentional.
Long as I got the red tape, sell me shit. You ain't gotta put you out like Hannibal Burke. Got it all fucked up, thinking I won't work right like it's the only thing that I'm good at. Suck your big choppers, ain't with nothing to that. Now I ain't gon' say that, now I ain't gon' do that. But the bitch you red blew her muffin top blue back. I put my finger in her like a rotary file. If I take her for a spin.
Man said, I'm about to put my finger in her like a rotary phone and then take her for a spin.
Might stab a nigga if you come between my crawfish. But the squeeze on you like a corset. Now am I final friend yet? So watch me man, I'm morphish. Quick and I'm cautious, but he's still packing. Stuck is on the hatchet. When it's after I'm a fine something to maverick. I was gonna stop ya.
Eat. Kids gotta eat. Kids gotta eat. That song got better and better and better and fucking better. Amazing. Next one is Y.B.P. with Bruiser Wolf. Bruiser Wolf's gonna go crazy on this. I'm gonna guess that Y.B.P. stands for Young Broke Poor, maybe? That was amazing. That might be my favorite so far. That Bruiser Wolf feature is one of the best features I've heard all year. Very rarely heard a beat like that ever. And it just, everything's just so like, it's kind of cliche, but it sounds like pure controlled chaos, and I love it. Next one is Jenn's Terrific Vacation featuring Kassa Overall. Hey!
I was just looking for a camera. Tell me what they did when I block they slop when the money that low, but the rent rise up. When folks coming at the blue, then it tore that down and made that to a Whole Foods.
This is gonna sound weird, but this album so far, it feels like street corner music. Like I feel like I'm standing on a street corner. These drums are insane. These drums, man, fucking hell. Is this feature the drummer? Because there hasn't been any other vocalists. Holy shit. Those drums, again, I'm going to guess this Kassa Overall person is that drummer because those drums were fucking insane. That song really felt like Danny, this drummer, and like a couple of other musicians were just on some street corner in Detroit, just doing this on the fly. It felt so organic and raw. Next one is Down With It, or Down With It. That sounds beautiful. Some new age shit.
What the fuck I'm supposed to do now? All alone, now I'm feeling like a clown. Should I listen to my homie when he told me slow down? Never would have thought I'd fuck up who I'm closest with. All my fault for most of it. Thought I knew everything, but don't know shit.
I knew everything until I realized I didn't know shit the day I came home. That's what that reminds me of. This sound. It is, again, reminding me of my favorite Danny Brown song, Party All the Time.
Hard for me to think, trying to kill my pain, so I drink. Whoever would have thought it would end this way. Caught a couple times, but I thought we were straight. I had a woman down with me, but to me, she was trying to get me.
I love when Danny Brown does this so much, where he interpolates, older songs, and like he doesn't just do it just like a nod of the head. Like they thematically link to the song, and he's talking about how his addiction and his experience in the music industry has affected his personal relationships, and then he referenced the Ghetto Boys, "Man playing tricks on me. I had a woman down with me." And if you've heard that song, I'm sure you have. It's a song about paranoia, and he's like recontextualized that paranoia to his own life.
Tell me out in this shit.
The lads in there, I love her. Hey.
Thought that everything was sweet, now I belong to the streets. Thought that I was on the creep, can't stay sober. Deep in my depression, hoping I can get over.
See, I think with this song, it's the simplicity and directness of the bars that really, really sell it. The lads in there, I love her. Nice. One of the best, just so straight to the point, and that cold, removed delivery, the kind of shit that like Vince Staples does or something. But Danny Brown's dabbled in it too, and I think he does it just as well as when he's super over the top and eccentric. The delivery fits the subject matter perfectly well. The Ghetto Boys interpolation thematically links in perfectly, and like the weird 80s synth new age shit, I don't know, it's like this out of body experience that you're trying to convey. Amazing song. Next one is Celibate featuring Mike.
If I knew you, I would send you to the stove. Pulled up in the post, playing Kenny Latimer. Jesus Shuttlesworth with Butterworth. Used to call me Mr. Get what your money worth. She suck it in like pot belly. And really got an ass, but she top heavy. In a Chevy looking like somebody told me so. Talk hundreds. Hoes treat me
got that one kick drum over like 16 or 8 bars, and it's perfect.
If you ain't getting money, what the fuck is you around for? I used to sell a bit, but I don't fuck around no more.
I used to sell a bit, and now I'm selling. That's funny.
Locked up with some pimps, told me sell a bitch. I used to
sell a bit.
Fighting for better bars like reforms in prison. Keep on the mission. Higher than intuition telling me you're fucking with me, you're wishing. Out of place like carpet in the kitchen.
I love this song
Get
so much.
Like two hoes kissing with their lips poked out. Like what you talk about, Willis. Feelings long way up, but a short trip down.
This one,
I'ma let you get your turn.
space and silence. Make songs, man.
Been a short trip down. I'ma let you get your turn, but not right now.
Trapped in the cellar bit.
With some pimps told me
sell a bitch. That's one of the best hooks I've had this year.
You used to stellar shit. It's the difference from the truth and how they telling it. There's some Zygo for high, but I could sell a bit. Sky, my empty is. While all his blessings in disguise keep finessing her. I hope the lessons stick. I'm giving pressure to them guys. Niggas gelatin, scribe, niggas fetish shit. We gonna have to check these niggas lines, niggas sentiments. When we talking Benjis and the vibe, feeling separate. I got something heavy on my mind with a dready sit. How the niggas left me out for dry, feeling envious.
Oh my god. He is going fucking crazy. I used to sell a bit. That is a ridiculous song. They got me trapped in the cellar, man. I don't fucking no more. I'm celibate. I love that. I love every song about that. Everybody, I can't even speak. I loved every single aspect about that. I love spacey beats, and like it was so spacey, and then you had that one kick drum like every 8 bars, and that it just makes it hit so much harder than just like a traditionally structured beat. It was like, again, it was kind of like dreamlike. It was surreal, but at the same time really down to earth and grimy. Like both those worlds coming together. Mike's feature, insane. Yeah, that might be my favorite song so far. Okay, next one is Shakedown. Oh my, I just heard what I thought was my favorite song so far, and then he comes in with this. Shakedown.
Fuck all they talking about, it's about right now. Gotta boss up and Shakedown. It's the way you know me from ballin' like it's open grind. Never hold no phone on myself and point a loaded gun. No flash, no stacks, that ain't even lean back.
This is like he's walking through like his dreams.
With these dudes a pro, man, who sold you those? Who let your ass record your engineer as a truck? Island rolls up the hole. Now I understand the best things in life.
Oh, free.
You ain't fucking with these clowns, right? How you like me now? Got a boss up.
See, this is what I like. You know, it's hard because again, it sounds like a tangent, but because like hip hop is a relatively young genre, it's the first time ever that we're getting like middle-aged rappers. You know what I mean? Like rappers that are hitting 50, almost 60, like you know, like with Jay-Z and stuff. And when rappers are getting older, like there's certain things that I literally just don't care about. It just turns me off. Like I don't care about 45, 50-year-old rappers talking about how much they've invested into stocks and fucking how they're on their boss shit. I don't care. I really don't care about that. Like this is the best example of like maturing and aging gracefully as a rapper, where like he's taken all these things he's learned, he's gone through some shit, and he still finds the time to have new perspective on life, because you never stop growing. Like you don't hit a certain age and it's like, oh, that's it, I have all the knowledge I have ever in the world. Danny Brown continues to self-reflect and find out new things about himself and change his sound and grow with the times. Like a 30-year-old Danny Brown would have never made this song, and that's what I like. This is fire.
The whole down, but I take him right now. Gotta boss up and Shakedown. Fuck all they talking about, it's about right now. Gotta boss up and Shakedown. It ain't my fault, thought that luck could be bought. It was all sugar till it turned to salt. Felt like I was trapped until I got caught and got paid.
Oh my days.
Side of the bed. Never miss nobody when you live in your head. Fed up with all the extra shit, I just shut down. By myself looking stupid, what I'm supposed to do now. Fuck all they talking about, it's about right now. Gotta boss up the Shakedown.
Oh shit. What an amazing song. What an amazing song. Again, sounds that like Danny Brown has dipped his toes in here and there, and is like now, like I've never heard a Danny Brown song like that. I've heard hints here and there. Like I always knew, again, Danny can be extremely smooth with it, but not to that extent. That was amazing. Penultimate song is Hanami or Hanami.
They say age catching up, so I'm running from death. I done walked through the fire, tripping on heaven's steps. Gotta keep shit. Rap a young man game, and you missed your mark. Probably never win a Grammy, you're a chart on the charts.
Oh my god, this is like all of his insecurities just like speak to him. Like, you know, rap is a young man's game. You're never gonna win a Grammy. You're never gonna top the charts, and it's a stark contrast to in Triple X with the radio song. It was just like satirical lambast of songs made for the, you know, to top the charts. And like, this is my radio song. And now it's the flip side of that, where, you know, he has this insecurity like eating away at him, where he's thinking, maybe I did want a radio song. Maybe I did want to win a Grammy. And for as successful and beloved and, you know, artistically revered that Danny Brown is, I'm sure it's a very human thing to... Sirens. It's a very human thing to have those insecurities from time to time.
You don't rap, you don't eat, and that's the way you go. Can't have writer's block, maybe y'all on the block. Getting signed up for this is like I'm punching the clock. Even with all the stress, a nigga still feel blessed. Time wait for no man, so you can't waste time. Can't get time back. Time at the time. Time wait for no man, so you can't waste time. Don't wanna do it, but they kids need pampers. So what's the answers to the question we all ask? Forgot what I was saying, let's move on from the past. Life don't last any day that day. It's your time, don't care how much you pray. All the trauma I endure, drugs and drink was the cure. Had to sing to make ends, but my soul...
I love that, because I was expecting, he said all the things I've endured, drugs and drink, like, again, like someone who wasn't as self-reflective and introspective as Danny Brown would say that was the cause, and he's flipped that and said, no, that's the cure, because he's still taking responsibility for the mistakes he's made. He's not blaming it on the drugs and the alcohol. That was a symptom or a consequence of that. That was his crutch because of the mistakes he'd made. And it's just those little details to me that make the difference and say so much about an artist. This is one of the saddest but also most inspirational Danny Brown songs I've ever heard. Time with no man, so you can't waste time. Nice. Time with no man, so you can't waste time. Can't get time back, time after time. Time with no man, so you can't waste time. Can't get time back, time after time. Again, amazing. This album has been so consistent, but these last 3 songs particularly have been on just a fucking different level, man. And the emotional weight is like building up to this climax because we've got to the last song now, and it's where this album is at its most emotionally intense. The last song of the album is Bass Jam. It sounds like some. This is gonna be crazy. I know it. So spacey. Play one more kid.
Remember back when it was hard for me to sleep. Mama played them old school jams on repeat. A little Sade sent me on my way. Came in with some pieces like nothing ain't happened. Now we just laughing, jamming to the oldies, dealing with emotions. Never heard I'm sorry. Play another song, let the music talk for us. Have us shedding tears, so we talk through the chorus.
He's speaking to me. He's speaking to me.
Play it one more, yeah. Hold up, that's my shit. Playing that Anita Baker. Early when I wake up, smelling scrambled eggs with the bacon.
This is appealing to one of my tastes and personal biases because for me, like, music is just such an integral part of like my memory just in life, and like him, using songs and music and artists as these particular reference points in his life and his relationship with his family is I think it's such a powerful way to like just send you straight back to a specific, like, it's gonna sound silly, but like that moment in Ratatouille where Anton Ego eats the ratatouille and he's just like, I think everyone has those songs or those albums or those artists where as soon as you hear that, it just instantly transports you back like nothing else can.
It don't never matter till we play it again. In the minivan with Granny about to do what.
This is the most low-key Danny Brown song I've ever heard.
Got that whole car rocking. That was back in the days. It wasn't about no clout. Have us shedding tears before we get to the chorus. Play another song, let the music talk for us. Have us shedding tears before we get to the chorus. Hold up, that's my shit. Play it one more again.
So that is Quaranta. I fucking loved that album. I loved basically every minute of it. The first thing to me is like the trajectory and the sound and the lyrics of the album. Like it got progressively more reflective. It started in a pretty reflective mood, but it got progressively more like. It felt like it was an upward trajectory towards just like the vague idea of like acceptance. Do you know what I mean? Like he had all these questions, and then you get towards the end of the album, and he's taking responsibility for mistakes that he's made and his addiction and how it strained his family and stuff like that. And that last song for me is so powerful because it's like it's no more questions. It's just like just doing the most human thing and just remembering the past and being aware of the time you have left. And it sounds like such a vague concept, but it really is. It really is so specific at the same time. I'm really glad that over the years, Danny Brown has been able to shed. Well, not even shed. Obviously, like people attached a certain sound to Danny Brown's name. You heard Danny Brown and you thought, oh, it's the crazy guy with the insane voice and the guy with one tooth missing and the crazy hair and the guy who says "Chack" and who gets his dick sucked on stage, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And that was Danny Brown, like maybe like 7-8 years ago. But I like the way he's progressing. And the way he's changing his sound with age, because you change as people, so it doesn't make sense to still be making the music you're making from 10 years ago I find that strange. I think it's so like graceful and it's so mature, and he's got to a point where he's really been able to strip back and simplify his lyrics. Simplify his lyrics to a point where they've never been simpler before, but they're just as if not more powerful than ever. And I think there's a lot of power in that, and just like, you know, cutting through the fog, and just getting right to the heart of the matter. Like that last song again, particularly, just using such a simple everyday thing to convey these grand themes that he doesn't even have to say explicitly. I love that stuff. You know, with the rest of the album, just so consistent. Instrumentals I've never really heard Danny Brown attempt to rap over before. You know, some like new age. That last song was like some ambient stuff. There was like some 90s R&B in there. There was like some flashes of like some punk and shit. But yeah, this is definitely, you know, when You Know What I'm Saying came out 4 years ago, people said, oh, this is Danny Brown's most low-key album. In comparison to this, that is, you know, just as crazy as anything else Danny Brown has done, because this is definitely his most somber and low-key album, and I'm fully here for it. Those are my thoughts on this new Danny Brown album. Let me know in the comments how many I think. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the bell, and I will see you next time.